Hi there, it's Rebecca from Sapphire Coast Tarot. Today I will be doing a reading for Sagittarius, Aries and Leo. It is a collective reading and it really doesn't matter about the signs. I'm just trying to get the messages out from source to you as a collective for the fire signs. They just need some, you just need signs to sort of work out where you are in your life and how you can improve yourself and ascend. So this will be for the collective, but it will be in the element fire. So you will be able to find out further information. This is for the end of the month, like end of May. So anytime that you see this, that's when you're supposed to see it. The reason that I am doing this is because when people play tennis, they tend to get tennis elbow. This is, I have tarot arm and it goes, the pain goes all the way up my arm, and yeah, so I need to slow down. So not only last week did I fall on my face, fair smack on the concrete, yeah, I've had tarot arm for probably a month now, and I've ignored it. So this is why I'm doing this reading just with the three signs. We also do have Mercury retrograde on the 26th of this month, and that means Mercury is going backwards, and because of Mercury going backwards, we're all going to be all electronics, technologies, stuff like that's going to maybe all be a bit weird. Also because of Mercury going backwards, it is going to be in conjunct with Venus. So, and that means if you look through a telescope or a binoculars or something, they will be very close together. Also on the 26th, we have the full moon in Sagittarius. It is a lunar eclipse. And the signs that will be affected the most, the least affected, will be Gemini, Virgo and Capricorn. So they will feel more laid back. So if you have a moon sign in those signs, you know what I mean, in those star signs, the people that will be most affected by this lunar eclipse will be Taurus, Leo and Scorpio, along with the Cancer and Pisces and water signs, because we're affected by the moon at any time of the day, month, year. So yes, so that's what is the news. What did I cover? I covered the Mercury retrograde, the conjunct with Mercury and Venus, and the full moon lunar eclipse on the 26th. So yeah, all those things are happening on the 26th. Woohoo! So yeah, okay, so let's get into your reading now for fire signs. Let's see what we've got going on for fire signs for the end of May. The end of May, the fire signs, please, Spirit. What's happening for fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries and Leo, or anyone that has a moon, rising, ascendant, or, well, there we go. Okay, so we've got the Hanged Man in the recent past. As I said, time is fluid, so you need to figure out where you are in your story. Okay, what else do we have for the fire signs, please, Spirit? Just two more cards. Two more cards for the collective fire signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Mercury is about communication. Venus is love. So I feel, the Page of Wands. Page of Wands symbolises Sagittarius. Because of the conjunct between Mercury and Venus, I'm thinking that communication and love, so that means that people will want to communicate with their love interests. So don't be surprised if you feel like that. or you get messages, or you talk to someone. Okay, so the King of Wands, that is represented by Aries. Male or female, it doesn't matter. Well, we've got two there. Okay, so we've got the Magician, soul contracts, past life, karma, karmic relationship, twin flame relationships, twin soul relationships. If you don't know what that means, and you're interested, just a little bit of research, it won't take long. Yeah, and really good to find out about. Okay, so we have the Magician there. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is an earth energy. So this is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Right, let's see. One more card for what's going on in the present for the collective fire signs, please, Spirit. One more card. One more card for the fire signs. The other thing I found out is about the north and south node. I didn't realise how important they were. Your south node is going to be what your sun sign is. Okay, so that's in regards to your past life and where you are now. As you ascend, you move into your north node. And if you spiritually ascend earlier on in life, obviously you're going to be going towards your north node a lot quicker. I'm a Cancer, so my south node and my past life, I was, very connected to my family and very needy towards them. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is symbolized by any of you fire signs there. It's not specific in the King, the Page, and the Court cards are usually in regards to, but Sagittarius is represented by a Page of Wands and Temperance. King of Wands is the Aries and Emperor, and the Knight of Wands is represented by no one in particular, but the Queen of Wands is represented by Leo and also the Strength card. So, yeah. So this is what I'm finding out as I go along and learn more about tarot. Okay, so then I can sort of pinpoint who I'm talking to, and you can pinpoint also who it is in reference to and whether this reading is your reading as well. Okay, so this is the Four of Cups. So this is a water sign or represented by water, or you have water in your chart, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So that's in the near future. Okay, then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And the last card for the collective fire signs, please, spirits and guides. What do you have as the last card for... Whoa. We've got the... Geez, we've got some swords. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and Temperance here. So that's sort of like a mini read all in itself right there. Okay, so we will I'll leave that there and I'll read that for the end. Right, okay. Now we're sort of on par, I think. Right, so we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Now the Empress is represented by, who is it represented by? See, I'm in the learning. This is I'm not sure. The Empress is, well, you may be, if you are in your feminine energy, you may feel like you may have fire in your chart somewhere, and this represents you. You are standing in your power. You know your worth. It can also talk about growth, prosperity, fertility, happy results, good rewards for work and efforts, creative person, nurturing and warm. Sometimes can represent a mother figure. So you are either a mother, or if on the other side of the coin, if you are a male in a mother role, as in you're the primary carer for your children, this could be you as well. It does talk about solid and happy relationships, possible marriage, and as I said, this person knows their worth. So either you are in contact with, like fire signs, you are in contact with someone like that or have been, and you want to reconnect with them, or that's what you see the person as. This can also be your mother as well, or your father, depending, do you know what I mean? You just have to see the reading as it is. So, or you have this, this is what you represent. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so we've got the Hanged Man, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. Now here we have the Page, the King, and the Knight. So these are all fire. So this is we're talking all about you at the moment. Most definitely, because the wands are fire, the fire element, and it's action, initiative, inspiration, or it could be to do with, these wands could be to do with your job as well. So there we go. Definitely, most definitely a fire reading. Right, let's see what the story's all about. Okay, so the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a court card. The Hanged Man means that in the past you could have been in a period of suspension, or you felt, that you weren't, nothing was, you were just in limbo, really. Okay. As you see this bloke sitting upside down, just taking his time and just, hanging out, waiting for something to happen. Maybe you've had to possibly look at matters from a different and fresh perspective. You've also had to let go of something to gain something better. So you may have discovered something about yourself that you've had to let go of in order for you to improve yourself or improve a situation. This card can also talk about delayed gratification, which is a form of self-sacrifice. So you've made some sort of self-sacrifice, and the gratification that you will be receiving from that is delayed, but it will be worth it, most definitely, because we all need to self-sacrifice in our lives, especially if we've got children. Our children do come first. So we do need to look after those little ones first, and then take care of ourselves, because they are not as independent as us as adults. We have learned a little bit more about life, and as our parents looked after us. The Hanged Man also can talk about a solution through better understanding. So, and that's what life's about, learning lessons, ascending, and spreading whatever we can to everyone and what we've learned. And that's why I'm doing this. So then I have an outlet to speak to anyone in the world that watches this YouTube video. It's a free channel. I'm not in it for the money. I'm just doing what I can. What I learn, I then project to you guys. So then maybe you can gain something from what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, you might think that a lot of the time I gabble on, but you know, there may be something in there that you grab hold on and think, oh, that's right, light bulb moment. Okay, I'll try that one. You know, it's all about sharing the information with each other. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. As I said, this does represent Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, because we all have different things in our chart. And if you look up your natal chart, you'll probably find that you do have Sagittarius in there somewhere. And if you don't, you may have a north node, which is where you're ascending to. As I said before, I'm a Cancer and I'm ascending from a Cancer, and my north node is a Capricorn. So I'm ascending to a Capricorn, what Capricorn resembles. So that's why possibly that, I don't know if you've watched, if you have watched previous videos, you will know that last week I felt that I was more closer to a Virgo reading, and I don't even have Virgo in my chart. But I have a north node in Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign. So if I had watched a Capricorn reading, I possibly would have related to that reading as well. So that's why it's good to find out all this information, so then you can get messages that you need to get from source. Okay, so the Page of Wands. All right, this is an active and energetic person. They're cheerful, optimistic, sometimes can be very fearless. They're usually full of ideas, and they don't sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, think things through. This can also represent that there is some sort of swift news, swift good news coming towards you, and it can be to do with your work. It can be in phone, email, word of mouth, or in the mail also. Or a person you may be receiving like a good news message from another fire sign, or another person with some sort of fire in their chart. I did talk about Mercury. Mercury for me, I have my Mercury's in Leo. So my communication would be coming from my Leo part of my natal chart, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's how you can sort of understand it a little bit better and sort of know where that message is coming from, and not analyze things. I'm also learning to let go of control. And as a Cancer, Cancers like to have control and know what's going on. So yeah, that's just a little bit more. Okay, so then we have the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands does represent Aries. So you may have Aries rising, or some Aries in some other element. The King of Wands is rash and impulsive in decision making. They're not afraid to take risks. They do like their freedom at work. They like variety, and they do get bored easily. They don't like details. They're usually always creating vision as well, and have an ego as well. So if this represents a fire sign, as I said, you could have fire in your chart, or you could be in contact with someone that does have Aries in their chart somewhere, more likely being a rising, a moon, or a Venus. So that's why it's good to get into your natal chart and find out more about which signs of what, and which planets, and where your natal, like, you really just need to know your natal chart. That's all. And then you can sort of pinpoint what the reading is going to be about for you in that, you know, in the time period that I'm talking about. As I said, the past, present, future, it depends where you are in your story. All right, so the Magician. you've been manifesting. So you are manifesting. Whatever you're thinking about is what you bring about. So if you're going to think negatively, that's what's going to come into your life, basically. As I said, this could be a past life soul contract. It could be a karmic relationship that you need to learn lessons from. It could also be, you could be manifesting your twin flame, and the twin flame journey is a very, very difficult one because you are in separation together, separate together, and you learn a lot of lessons from that twin flame. You can also be a twin flame soulmate, and ideally that's who, but you know exactly who that is. Yeah, and that's usually the person that is on your mind quite frequently. Okay, some people never meet that person though, so just be aware of that. The magician he talks about that you do have the skills and ability to bring a successful conclusion. It is time for action and initiative in new ventures. So if you have an idea, you've been manifesting, yep, it is time for action and initiative, fire signs. So have the confidence that you are heading in the right direction, and then you will get what you would like to, where your life is supposed to be going. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. You may be wanting to make an offer to someone, or someone may be wanting to make an offer to you. This represents earth signs, so this does represent Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you may have these elements in your chart. If it is a Mercury, remember that Mercury is going retrograde, so you may have a stronger urge to communicate if you do have an earth element there in your Mercury sign. The Ace of Pentacles talks about prosperity and material gains, good financial rewards, documents that are important, and you may be receiving a letter, an important letter. You could also be receiving some money as well, or a gift from someone, so that's nice fire signs. Yeah, so that's what that card there represents. So that's in the present. Okay, so then we have the Knight of Wands. Now this person, either you fire signs, as this is you, as the elements go, the Wands are very passionate. They're very, very passionate. And anyone that has fire in their chart, a moon, rising or Venus, will be feeling very passionate. This is what this card is talking about. So this person either wants to come towards you because they have fire in their chart, fire signs, or you would like to ride passionately towards someone who does have that. This is you, and you want to move towards someone. Very, like, you can't hold yourself back. You're thinking, that's it. I just want to get in the car and go. I'm just not waiting anymore. This is like, I've manifested this. I want this. I'm going. That's it. And if you do represent the Page or the King of Wands, well then you do make those rash and impulsive decisions, and you're active and energetic, and you can also feel you're fearless. So you're full of ideas and you just want to bring in the good news. So this is why it's a passionate card. So that's what the Knight does represent. It represents moving quickly, with high energy, warm and exciting people. Can be a little hasty. Maybe you could also be changing homes as well. This does signify that, or going on a long journey. This card says that don't react hastily and make sure that you do check the details first, fire signs. Also, if you this, if you know someone that has fire prominently in their chart, well, that's what's going to be happening. They're going to be coming towards you, and they're going to be giving you that good news, and they're very passionate for you. Okay, so in the near future, right, we have the Four of Cups. This is a water element, doesn't have to be any particular sign. You may be feeling a little bored. You're possibly discontent with what's happening at the moment. Maybe you've also been offered, you're only being offered like a cup, when there's 3 cups down here that you could have been offered. But, you know, you're being offered by a cup, possibly, doesn't have to be, possibly by someone, and you're like thinking, a cup? Is that all you're going to give me? I thought you know, I don't need more than that. I know my worth, thanks. Or you could maybe just want to offer a cup to someone. You want to open up and just say, you know, do you want to be friends, or just like, you know what I mean? So you get a foot in the door, possibly. You may have, this may be work related as well. You may have only been offered a cup and you were expecting a lot more as well. But you are feeling like discontent with that. This card says don't miss out on the invitations though, or the opportunities that are around you. Otherwise you're going to kick yourself later. So if you miss out on a job or you're offered something small, take it, because you're going to kick yourself. You can make things improve for yourself, and as we have gone, as Mercury is going to go retrograde backwards, and that full moon and conjunct Mercury and Venus, it's all, yeah, it's a big time. So yeah, so just be aware of that if your emotions are fluctuating, and you're feeling very charged, I guess. So that's why. Yeah, so that's what this card talks about. So you're going to kick yourself if you don't take up the opportunities and invitations that are offered to you, or you may want to offer, and you may want to make some offers. You can be also, this card does represent that you may be possibly lost in your thoughts as well, because you have the feels up for someone. Could be. Especially if you want to write in quickly and you're passionate about someone and you just want to let someone know something. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles here. The 6 of Pentacles talks about successful gains. So this will allow you to share time with others, or it could share your money with others as well. You may have received a pay increase as well. So because of that, you're able to maybe make an offer and ask someone out on a date, or you're going to be able to go out and spend your coins or your notes on something that you enjoy. Or something for your family or your kids or something like that. This card also does say it's a card that means generosity and kindness. So you may want to be giving to a charity or get involved with some sort of spiritual group and share your knowledge. You may be a reader of some description, or practice Reiki or yoga or Tai Chi or something like, you know, something like that. Or you may want to go for a drive and pick up a hitchhiker. Do you know what I mean? Or someone safe, I mean. You know, you just want to be more helpful towards someone. It could be that you want to be more helpful towards someone that you want to move towards as well. Okay, so here, the last cards for this is the near outcome. Okay, so the Temperance card, I'm going to talk about each card individually and then we'll put them together. All right, first of all, we will talk about the 10 of Swords. This is an air element, so Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, so you can have that in your chart. You are cutting through illusions. You may be feeling loss after ending a difficult situation, whether that was work, a relationship, or something to do with your family. You need to release that so you can get ready for a new beginning. Don't hang on to the past. Get ready. Release what you need to release. I know that is not easy, as I am learning to release control. It's not easy to do, especially when you've been brought up to be independent, or when you've been brought up and you have been controlled, you tend to want to control, if that makes sense. We can't control. The universe will provide for us when we let go of control and we let go of the past. So the 10 of Swords says that the outcome is now going to the outcome is now dependent upon your actions, fire signs. So whatever you do is how the outcome is going to be. You need to, you know what's going on now. You've cut through those illusions. You've left a difficult situation or are in the process of letting go of a situation. And believe me, it's not easy. It's really seriously hard. So whatever that may be, whether that be a work situation, a relationship situation, a family situation, you need to release that so you can get ready for this new beginning. But the outcome is going to be dependent on your actions to avert the situation. So that's what that card there talks about. The 9 of Swords. You have, whilst you're doing this, you are suffering. And you do feel lots of disappointment in whatever it is, and you are despairing. There's that feeling of anxiety. So once you release, take the first step even of releasing the anxiety and the suffering, you are going to be able to, this is a second card that talks about seeing things clearly. And once you do, then it's going to be easier for you to release whatever is holding you back from whatever is going on in your life. But talking again about inner suffering. And if the advice isn't followed, well, you're going to continue to suffer. You're going to continue to be in that stalemate situation, and you're just going to be bogged down. So this card's saying, yep, you've cut through the illusions. You also know you're seeing things clearly. You don't need to suffer anymore, and just let it go. Let it go however you need to let it go. Get out in nature, meditate. You can go to, there's actually groups in your local area that can help you with this. I went to one on Wednesday night where basically releasing that bad negative energy from yourself, past relationships, trauma that you've suffered in a childhood, anything, you can release that. And it was a really good healing session. I mean, there was only 4 people there. I mean, I only live in a small town area. But depending on where you live, there's always something out there for you. And you just get to go and be with other people, and everyone has a story to tell, and you release what you need to release, and you walk out so much lighter. This card can also talk about that you've been having sleepless nights. So you've been getting up, you're not sleeping well, things are going on for you. So that's what they say the same thing, that you're holding on to something. You do see it clearly, but you do need to let everything go. So as you can see, the swords, yeah. Right, let's talk about this. So once you have The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups talks about your love, emotions, and relationships. And it can also represent a water sign as well, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or you may have those elements in your chart, or you may want to go towards someone who has that in your chart. This card talks about new beginnings. It talks about new relationships, love and happiness, or a renewal of a union as well. It can also speak about possible birth, emotional euphoria. This is real love. Maybe a fresh beginning is about to start in a relationship that you're already in, but you've sort of jumped over a bit of a hurdle. You know, relationships go up and down like a yo-yo. It's how we learn from them. This card is saying that you also can just have an emotional interest in another. It can also just mean a new beginning because you have an emotional interest in another. But it's also suggesting that you do lay the past to rest. So that's what needs to happen there. The Temperance card is a Sagittarius. It's represented by Sagittarius, so you could have Sagittarius in your chart. This talks about moderation, having the patience and ability to compromise to find a satisfactory solution. So with harmony and compatibility, you will have a successful solution. This card can also represent that you are in contact with a perfect union. This card also suggests that it's a receptive environment for reconciliation. So that is really nice if you have in your thoughts about someone from your past. It's taught as a card that talks about balancing those emotions and often bringing healing to yourself and to someone else, because that's what it's all about, making other people feel comfortable and getting through life the best way that we know how. So I believe that after this is sort of like the last part of this. As I said, this can be anywhere in your story. So you need to release whatever's going on for you. You have been suffering, or you will be suffering, or you're currently, do you know what I mean? You're feeling a loss after, or you will be feeling a loss after a relationship or a situation, whatever that is for you. But the outcome is going to be dependent on how you act, I guess. So releasing yourself from the anxiety, the disappointment, the suffering, the despair is going to bring you forward for where you're supposed to be. Okay? This new beginning is right there waiting for you. It's right there. All you need to do is release that. You've cut through the illusions. You know what's going on. You just need to take one step at a time and move past it, leave the past in the past and move towards your future. So the outcome is going to be on however you control that situation. It talks about the sleepless nights and all of that. Because here is the new beginning. Here's the new, like it's the Ace of Cups. It's like the ultimate love card. Love and happiness, abundance, a renewal with someone, emotional euphoria, real love. And you know this, fire signs. You know who you're supposed to be with. You know. It's talking about that fresh beginning. You could just have those emotional interests, that emotional thoughts in your head could be starting to surface as well. But this card is also talking about laying the past to rest. I can't voice that enough. And that's hard because we all are learning that. Yes, I mean, most people have been hurt, very hurt in the past. And we do need to release that in order to move forward, because the thing is, if we don't release that, we're going to bring that into the new relationship and the relationship's just going to go south very quickly. So we need to take control of that and put ourselves forward to a new person in the best possible way we know how. So yeah, it'd be good if we could just sort of be hypnotized and just say, right, get out of my head. But it doesn't work that way. We have the power to control our own thoughts. We don't have control over other people. So we can only change our thought pattern of how we perceive the other people. Here we have temperance. So we're talking about moderation, having that patience, having patience with another, and the ability to compromise. If you want this new love relationship, you can learn together. You don't have to learn separately. This card talks about harmony and compatibility. It is a perfect union, and it is a very receptive environment for reconciliation. There's no one here, puppies. No one here. It's just a car going by. Yeah, so that is a receptive environment for reconciliation. So you're balancing out those emotions and you are healing. So this can be done together. Okay, so that's what I have got for you, fire signs. So I hope you have enjoyed your reading. We have the Empress here, which the Empress is, as I said, growth, prosperity, happy results, good rewards. This can be someone that you want to move towards, or this is you standing in this Empress energy. You do know your worth, or you know the worth of someone else. It can also represent a mother figure. It can be your mother, it could be your sister or whatever, but it does talk about happy relationships and marriage. So that's really nice for you, fire signs. Okay, so I am going to pull you a oracle card now, and I'm going to pull you an oracle card for each of you, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. First of all, we are going to pull a card. What is the advice for Sagittarius? Okay. The advice for Sagittarius, please, spirits and guides, for the end of the month, for the end of May. Okay, we've got Dream Talk. Right, so this card here says, your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. Okay, so I am going to read for you, Sagittarius, and as I said, you can have Sagittarius anywhere in your chart. If you know your natal chart. So it is Dream Talk. Oh, how's that? How's that? I just opened it. Brilliant. Okay, I love this. I love doing tarot. It's just amazing. Okay, your subconscious constantly, and I can't say that word. I'm not very good with my words. Why? I just can't. Anyway. It's subtly, speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many things in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate through you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. This card signifies that your dreams are trying to communicate with you. Dreams can be confusing as they speak to us in symbolic images and messages. And even when they appear to have no meaning, they are in fact a wonderful, unlimited resource of wisdom and a portal for those in spirit to visit you. Right now, you might be saying, but I don't even remember my dreams. In reality, you do dream every night. So try to make a conscious effort by saying this to yourself before you go to sleep. I will remember my dreams. When you wake up, But before you get out of bed, write down your dream, as well as feeling it invoked together with any images or symbols you can recall. Soon you will start to become more aware of their language. When your loved ones here in the spirit world appear in your dreams, you will recognize this type of dream because they feel so real. They are trying to tell you how much they love you. Invite your loved ones to visit you in your dreams, but more important, let them know that you are ready. Sweet dreams. Okay, so that's for Sagittarius in particular, or if you have Sagittarius anywhere in your chart. Okay, so what have we got for Aries? Spirits. We have two cards. We have Let Go and Light. Okay, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all your emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. The light is, imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. Okay, so this is for Aries or anywhere that you have Aries in your chart. I'll read out the messages for you. First of all, let go. Let go. Okay. We're here to show you that by letting go of your present outcomes, it's sometimes necessary to take an alternative route to your destination in life. Equally, as you navigate a new route, you may find that the ultimate destination changes to one that's for your higher good. Don't ignore signs and symbols that are presented to you at this time, as the spirit is at... getting tongue-tied. That's the other thing with Mercury retrograde. You get very tongue-tied. Okay, so don't ignore the signs and symbols. Right, where are we up to? As this is spirit providing directions and pointers to guide you along your journey. Be brave and let go of the plans and ideas that are not working. Trust and follow the energy that is guiding you in a new direction. Energy is like the ebb and flow of the tide, and through a higher awareness, you can tap into that energy and flow with it. Past inhibitions, self-doubts, and confidence issues fade away as you let go and trust that spirit will guide you to where you need to be. Okay, so next one is light. Imagine yourself as being composed of energy and light. I've read that part. The spirit world represents this card to remind you that some people are attracted to light while others emanate it. You are a powerful beacon, and as a result, you have the ability to attract what you desire. Thoughts are like rays of light made up of energy that disperse into the universe but eventually get returned to us. Ask yourself, how have my thoughts been lately? Have they been positive or negative? It's worth remembering that you will often find that you're thinking about or looking for. It's worth remembering that you will often find what you're thinking about or looking for. You also have the power to use your brilliance to protect yourself from people or situations that might be causing you disharmony. Visualize yourself surrounded by a protective layer of brilliant white light, which allows only positive people and situations to enter into your space and life for your highest good. You're a shining soul, and we here in the spirit world see your light and know you have the power to be even more than who you are, a spiritual being with unlimited potential. Wow. There we go. Okay, Aries. So that's what the cards Spirit has for you. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what have we got for the sign of Leo? Leo, what's going on for Leo? I think they fell out. What's going on for the sign of Leo, spirits and guides? What's going on for Leo? So as you can see, I don't have to shuffle like all this like 3 times, and my arm is getting less use. But I'm still doing the reading, so I'm still doing what I want to do. Okay, self-love. Now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Right, let's see. Self-love. Right, taking care and loving yourself is not a sign of being selfish, but one of necessity, as I'm doing with my arm. This card is a timely reminder to acknowledge how much you've given to others, but in doing so, how you've also forgotten about your own needs and what's truly good for you. When you focus on what you need as opposed to what you want, you'll gain the strength and purpose to refrain from making the same mistakes. You'll become more aware of past negative behavior and thinking patterns that have caused you hurt or distress. As a result, you'll be able to stop and change them into positive affirmations both now and for the future. Learn to nurture yourself. Work with what keeps you healthy, such as good nutrition, exercise, meditation, and relaxation. Take time outdoors in nature and choose wisely with whom you wish to surround yourself. When you learn to come from a place of self-love, you'll be able to accept your weaknesses and acknowledge past mistakes. Forgive yourself and know they were important lessons to learn to create clarity and strength for the future. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. Okay, so that's what I have got for the sign of Leo. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed your reading, fire signs, and remember to check out the other elements in your chart. I will be doing the earth signs tomorrow, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and then the next day I will be doing water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then on the following day I'll be doing the air signs, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. That's gone for close to an hour now, so if you're still with me, I thank you very much. I thank you for your subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed already, that would be really nice if you could be subscribed. If you like the channel, just give it a thumbs up. If you like the reading, give it a thumbs up. If you want to communicate anything to me, you can leave whatever you would like to in the comments and I will talk to you. You can also email me privately if you don't want the world to see what you're commenting about. The email is sapphirecoasttarot@gmail.com. Now, Sapphire Coast Tarot, like coast ends with a T and tarot starts with a T and ends in a T, but the two T's that are together, there's only one T. So Sapphire Coast, one T, and then just move on to tarot, okay? So, yeah, I hope I've explained myself anyway. All right, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice weekend and a very good week next week. If you've got sunshine, get out in it because the coldness is coming on, and yeah, get out there and get that vitamin D. Okay, I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye, fire signs.